Okay, here we are with another Becoming a Modern Man video. This time, this is for the 20th article. I'm going to play a red-black deck wins. I covered a red deck wins in one of my articles, but not a red-black deck wins, and this is just going to be a quick match to show with a red-black deck wins. So yeah, just to show it off, and I'm going to put quite a few videos into that article for various decks that I can build that probably won't get full articles. I could go back and do a full article on this, but I think it's fairly similar to a red deck wins, so no plans as of right now. So yeah, this is our opener. Our opponent is playing a Gruul Zoo deck, which is quite a cool deck, and one I hope to cover sometime soon. This is our opener. It's quite nice. We obviously haven't got the black mana for bump, which is pretty annoying, but otherwise it seems like a fairly decent hand. Skullcrack, Guide, Bump, Rift, Vull, and Hellspark. A couple of mountains. We obviously don't know our opponent's on Gruul Zoo at the moment, but first turn Curd Ape kind of gives that away. Just going to lead off with the Goblin Guide and attack. If he wants to do a chump, then that's perfectly fine, but obviously he doesn't. Going to make his Curd Ape into a 2-3 next turn, probably. Yep, he's got the Stomp on the ground, so that's a 2-3. And he has 2 Goblin Guides, so kind of puts us on the back foot here. Also, we don't draw land off either of the Goblin Guides because we've got another Hellspark on top. It's a little unfortunate. We'd like a bit more mana. I think we're going to play Keldon Marauders here, seems though that actually gives us a decent blocker against his guys. And I think I decide to attack with the Goblin Guide. Maybe not the best idea, since though we don't know what he's got in hand and what he could potentially play next turn. So yeah, I think looking back on that, I maybe should have held back, but I want to get them down as low as possible, and seemed like a good chance to get in for another 2 damage. I don't know if that was a mistake or not. My opponent plays a Flinthoof Boar and then gives it haste, so can attack all in here. Could trade with the Flinthoof, but it seems like my Keldon Marauders is going to stay around. Can stay on blocking duty next turn. Then I'm going to block the Curd Ape, get rid of that instead, and hopefully we can block the Boar on the next turn if he tries to attack. So we've not got a ton of action. We're a little light on mana as well. Well, generally it wouldn't be too bad, but here we want to play out as much as possible. We're going to keep our guys back, and we're just going to play out the Hellspark and suspend the Rift Bolt. Knocking down to 10 here. So if we find a black mana, we've actually got enough damage to kill him next turn once the Marauders vanishes, and because that'll deal 1 damage to his face, putting him down to 9. And obviously any other 3 damage spell will work, Bolt or Shard Volley I think we're running in this deck as well, so hopefully we won't die next turn, and we might be in a decent position. So the Goblin Guides reveal we've got Bolt on top, so that's awesome. Means we could win next turn, depending on what he's got. If he's got any follow-up plays, so I'm going to block the Boar, I'm going to trade with the Guides, deal 1 damage to him, putting them to 9. He plays a Emissary and a Seal of Fire, which isn't enough to kill us, which is fortunate. The Rift Bolt comes off suspend, draw the Lightning Bolt, and then I probably should have Skullcracked first actually, but Skullcrack, Lightning Bolt, and Rift Bolt finish him off quite nicely. So yep. And on to game 2. It's quite a tough matchup, but I think hopefully we can see it out. For sideboarding, I didn't show my sideboard here, but I've got Searing Blazes and so on, so I'm going to side those in. I think I've got an extra Grim Lavamancer as well, so I might side that in, seeing as though he's got quite a lot of 2/2s. And yeah, let's get on to game 2. This is our opener. We've got triple Searing Blaze, Skullcrack and Keldon Marauders. No 1-mana spells, so that's a little annoying. But I think we can keep this Searing Blaze if we can keep finding lands to activate the landfall trigger. We should be in decent shape. So yeah, I'm reluctantly going to keep this. Sorry, just be a sec. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, I'm going to keep this. Hopefully it'll run okay. Opponent leads off with the Grim Lavamancer. Not too concerned about that. I don't think he's got a ton of ways to put cards into his graveyard other than fetches, so not massively concerned about the Grim. He plays an Emissary into a Tarmogoyf, which is a lot more concerning. He plays a Seal of Fire. I should have responded, but it's a Seal of Fire by playing Searing Blaze on his Tarmogoyf, I think. I figured I would get to respond to him sacking it, rather than just going straight into the graveyard, but made a mistake there, as it turns out. There's a Teetering Peaks on his Tarmogoyf. So I'm going to go for the Searing Blaze, but as you may have figured out from my commentary, it's not going to work out, as he's got a Lightning Bolt in hand, so he just bolts me, makes his go for 5-4, and then I go down all the way down to 3. And yeah, that's pretty much the concession. I can't do anything. It's going to stop me from taking 3 next turn. Can activate Grim Lavamancer or just attack with all these guys. And yeah, just a minor error, really a minor error on my part, but definitely should have responded to him playing the Seal of Fire by Searing Blazing the Goyf, and we would have taken considerably less damage. Didn't have any lands coming, but so these Searing Blazes weren't amazing, but we've still been in a decent position, and yeah, mistake on my part, so we'll have to go to game 3. Just show how explosive the green-red deck is though, that's for sure. This hand is not entirely amazing, but it's decent. We've got a couple of Lavamancers, we've got a guide, we're on the play as well, so we're definitely going to get in for at least 2 here. So if he reveals a Curd Ape, I'm going to attack him down to 18. Plays a Tarn, Stomping Ground, plays a Curd Ape, so puts a quick end to our Goblin Guide attacks, I'm afraid, but just going to drop out both my Grim Lavamancers here. I doubt he runs Pyroclasm. I suppose I was kind of risking that, but a lot of these guys are 2/2s as well, so it seems unusual that he would play Pyroclasm or Fallout or anything like that. There's an Experiment 1 and a Seal of Fire, and attacks me for 2. I'm just going to take it. I'm not very concerned about taking 2 here. We're at 20. I'm just going to go down to 18. Not massively threatened by his board state at the moment. We'll play a couple of Lava Spikes, nothing else to do with them, and it activates my Grim Lavamancers. Decided to attack here and kill off his Experiment 1. I'm not sure if that was the best play, especially seeing as though he's got the Seal of Fire, which is just going to kill off the Goblin Guide. I'm just going to attack him down to 8. Maybe a better idea to just keep the burn for his face, but I figured Experiment 1 could turn quite big, and getting out of the way seems like a nice idea to try and preserve our life total and get us more draws. We definitely need to draw a few more burn spells to finish him off, but we've got him down to 8, so that's a good start, and this Blood Crypt isn't going to do a whole lot, so definitely need to draw some more cards. Fortunately our opponent doesn't seem to have got much going on in their hand, as you can see, just the Curd Ape. And I draw a Keldon Marauders, which is pretty nice. So, I think it's 5 cards. And he starts to show me what he's got. He's got a Searing Blaze and a Lightning Bolt, so his hand must just be quite removal heavy. I'm going to respond to the Lightning Bolt on my other Grim Lavamancer, and obviously hit him for 2, down to 5. So, in a fairly good position. He's down to 3 cards. He doesn't seem to have much in the way of creatures. He just spent his burn spells on my creatures, and yeah, it gives us quite a lot of time, especially seeing as though he's down all the way down to 5 to find a way to kill him. Attack for 3 here. Kill off his Curd Ape. He's going to chump with the Curd Ape. And now I'm going to play the Vexing Devil. He actually can't take 4 damage here because the Keldon Marauders is going to vanish on the beginning of my upkeep. And that would deal the 1 damage necessary to kill him off. So he's going to have to leave the Vexing Devil on the field, and if he doesn't have any creatures, he's going to be dead to that attack. So yeah, punt draws. Presumably didn't draw a creature or anything that would save him here, and that was the match. So quite an interesting matchup. Our decks are quite similar. I definitely benefited from being on the play, but yeah, not entirely sure who's favoured here. I think the fact that your deck is more based around burn spells helps you a little, but they can certainly have some explosive starts and some pretty aggressive plays. Yeah, not entirely sure who's favoured, but it's probably going to be a close one if you run up against this matchup.